wrong view. Hey everybody, welcome. Today is Wednesday and we are having our Wednesday with friends at Take 5. Excuse me. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but they just turned on our monthly siren to test the warning system. So that's special. I got to turn my fan on. Okay, it's hot in here. Anyway, welcome. So today I want to make sure that you have a good idea for another thing that you could use ATC cards for. So we're going to make some ATC cards, just some simple ones, and we can even use those for gift tags. How about that? That's kind of fun. And you don't have to spend like tons of time doing them. We're just going to make some real simple ones. But I think that, that could be a fun activity just for you and something fun for someone to receive. I wouldn't spend a whole lot of time on them and give them to everybody because, as you know, not everyone appreciates homemade things, right? So they don't enjoy, I don't know, they just don't get it. And, that's okay. We're all different, right? So, save things like that for the people are going to enjoy it. And I always thought it was interesting. My mom always said that she never would make something to give to someone who didn't make anything because she said they didn't really understand the value. And I thought, there's a lot of truth to that. There really is. If you don't ever make anything, you wouldn't know how much time and effort goes into it. Oh, thanks, Jeannie. I'm trying to get all my ducks in a row here, so I hadn't even gotten that far, so I appreciate that. Thank you. So if I'm on YouTube and Facebook today. So on Facebook, if you're not seeing the little red live button, then it's a replay. So I'd love it if you would put #replay. And then if you're not seeing it if you're not live and you can't get into you're not in the live chat on YouTube, then certainly you can, make comments as well too. So let's without further ado, let's get started. And like I said, we're going to do something it's going to be just easy today, all right? I haven't gotten out a ton of supplies. I did find something really cute that I thought would be fun to use for some vintage images for some ATC cards. But first of all, and I've done a lot of stuff and printed it myself. I do have papers I'm going to use that are, scrapbook papers and some things like that. But otherwise, we're just going to get busy here. First of all, one of the things I'm going to do, I doubt I'll get more than 3 done, but what I wanted to do, these are brand new cards. And I think if I was going to use them to be able to use for gift tags, I would go ahead and use a little bit of gesso on them. They are really slick. These were brand new that I got and just super slick, you guys. I guess I hadn't had any new playing cards for so long that I forgot how slick they can be. And so this is just some clear gesso, and I'm just going to put that on there. It'll just give it a little bit of let me slide it off here. I should have picked it up first. There, that way I can get it to the edges. And I just need a tiny bit. It'll just give everything something to kind of stick to. It'll grab better if I put just this little bit of gesso on here. Oh my goodness, you guys, I still, every time I think about that, I wish I had a glue stick. I still don't have a decent glue stick that works. So I had enough time today that I ran over to Joann's, and I thought, well, I'll just start there first. And when I did that, they didn't have what I wanted. And while I was standing there, I looked it up on my phone, and it looked like they had it over at Michael's, which is just close. I tell you, I am so fortunate because I've got like the 3 big craft stores just right around the same area. So I tell you, not everybody is so fortunate to have all of those. I'm just going to keep going here and get this off my brush. I might as well, right? Whoops. Might as well do it. And so they didn't have it either. I was so irritated, and I thought, yeah, I don't know why I keep and now the one thing that I was going to use, it's in my purse. Luckily, I didn't hide it away. It's over there. And I think I'm going to go ahead and put this on both sides because I do want to put a little paper on the back that would be like, have you seen the little things that people use for their, what am I trying to think? Just information about if you're doing trading cards, they're meant to be traded, right? That's why they call them artist trading cards. That was kind of the intent. And so you have a little thing on the back, a paper that you use on the back where you can put all your information. And you can give your little miniature art piece a title. If it's a series of things that you have done, you can name your little series. Put the date. You can put your information, your contact information on it, right? Oh, I know. Wendy, I know. I feel so fortunate. And actually, when we first moved here, one of them was the other direction. Two of them were where they still are now. And they're close to a shopping center, or like, a mall. And so two of them were by the mall, and the other one was the other direction. And oh my goodness, then pretty soon the other one moved over there near them. I'm like, oh my goodness. So yeah, I really feel fortunate to have all those right there. Okay, while those take 1 second to dry, let me see who all is here. Sue and Mary, Jeannie, Wendy, Estella, Margaret's here. Hey there, Molly. Thanks, you guys, for popping on. Oh my goodness. Molly, yeah, I know a lot of people have a ways to travel to get to anything like that. We always laugh. And I bet you almost anywhere my husband and I have lived since we've been married. Well, maybe not when we were first married in some of the places that we were when he was in the Navy and we were we traveled, or we moved quite a bit, and not so much at those places. But ever since, I would say that we have never lived more than maybe 3 miles. I want to say 2, but I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt and say 3 miles from a big mall, not just shops, but a mall. I'm gonna put it on this side. It's not so distracting with all the stuff that's already there. Hey Pat, welcome. So okay, so this is how we're gonna start. These things have kind of buckled from just putting that much on, but you can always, after you get everything on, you can lay them down and press them under a heavy book or something. Just like in the old days when we used to do pressed flowers, so you can put those on there. Just get them pressed down, and they will flatten out some. So this is the sheet. I found these. I put these together. This was a whole bunch of them that I have, and I've already cut one out because I wanted to fussy cut her, and I thought these were so fun. All these vintage looking images. So I've got one cut out here, but while we're sitting here letting these dry, I thought this little girl, I've got some music here, some sheet music, and I thought she would be cute too. So I'm going to cut her out. But there's lots of things that you can use. You can find images from whatever you want. You can cut them out of magazines if you want to, whatever you might have on hand. An old book that maybe has some images that you want to use that, there's just all kinds of things, you guys. I mean, don't limit your creativity by what you think that you have on hand or don't have on hand, right? Because there's all kinds of things you can use. I would have loved, how Tim Holtz has all of the vintage things that are, you know, just kind of the regular stuff that there is all the time. And I mean, it's updated and changes periodically, but I so wish I could have found something like this that were Christmas images. But I never did find anything, and maybe I'm out of the loop. Maybe he has something like that earlier in the season, or it gets snapped up. That would be my guess, even if he does come out with something. Oh my goodness. When I was over at Joann's, there was like 30% off of, they called it designer collections. I think that was what they were terming it. And so the Ranger products looked like somebody had gone through, it looked like a tornado had gone through. It was the biggest mess. And so I'm like, good grief, good luck. You have to know, you have to be ready for some of those sales when they have them, right? And I looked the other day, I'd been kind of staying away from those places as much as possible lately. And so I hadn't been in, and I think it was sometime last year. This is kind of a funny little thing here. I don't know why this little white section is there, but we'll go ahead and cut around that. And I know that Hobby Lobby quit doing their coupons. It's probably been over a year ago. And so I know Michael's and Joanne still was doing their coupons. But, you know, I hadn't been in so long. And so the other day, I pulled it up. I've got, all those things have an app, and that's where you can easily get to their coupons. And I saw that right away, I saw Joann's had like 20% off of everything for several days. And then Michael's was something else. And I thought, oh my goodness, because used to there would be like, they would always have at least one that was like a 40% off coupon. And I always would use those wisely and, go in there and find what I wanted and try and, find it not on sale, because obviously if it's on sale, it's not going to matter, because they're not going to give you that. So, yeah, I was surprised. Not our good old sales anymore. Kind of looks like the days of those may be behind us. Thanks, Molly. I appreciate that. Oh my goodness. Let's see, I've got a whole bunch of stuff from this Christmas pack. I thought I'd pull out and just take some bits and pieces off of here. Oh, here. Oh, I thought I had some scraps of this already. Okay. I wish I would have gotten out my little doilies, but I'm not sure where I put them. I got so much stuff in here. I'll think, oh, that would be great, and then I don't even know where it is. Oh, I want to be careful. I don't want to lose my other girl I put over here. I already cut her out because I thought she might be a little tricky. And she's kind of tiny, but, she'll go across the card. So I made her so that she would fit. So I wanted to do that. Let's see. Let's just... Actually, I kind of like this. Do I want to... Let me just... Oh, I know what I'll do. I'll just cut it out a little bit bigger and then tear it. I should get one of those. Well, actually, I probably have one of those that tear the edges, but I don't know where it is. I just kind of feel guilty part of the time having so much stuff and then not being able to find what I need half the time. Oh, and Wendy, I know you love your mountains. I tell you, mountains have a special aroma to them. I can think about going to the mountains and it just has a special fragrance, I think. Okay. Now I'm just going to tear this around. How many of you have made some ATC cards? Oh, there's Molly. Molly's answering before I even asked the question. Campfires and pines. Yes. There you have it. We used to have a church camp that was up in the mountains, and I loved going up there. Okay, so let's go ahead and, oh my, I should have, what did I do with that glue? I told you guys I had some glue. I've got some Mod Podge. Let's just use a little regular glue. It will stick and be fine. So let's do that. And I'm just going to leave a little bit around the edge. Oh, I kind of like that. So then you can, then now we're already starting to build up. She's cute. Isn't that cute? And maybe put, I want to put some music notes right behind her. Don't you love for ATCs, there's really not any rules. you just start putting it on there, right? I don't know how much of this I'm going to need, but I'll probably use some of it on another piece as well. Let's just put this here. I kind of like that sticking out behind her. That's kind of fun. I realize now what a few things that I actually brought to work with today. So there's that. I don't know. But look at this. Look at this cute little border along here. Maybe I'll cut that. Maybe I'll use some scissors and cut that. And just put a little bit of it going maybe vertically. How many of you love no rules crafting? Molly says postage is crazy. Yes. Oh, wow, Sue, that's wonderful. Yeah, postage to other countries gets a little crazy. But you know what? You can think of it as it's still way cheaper than if you took it there yourself, right? If you think about that, it seems to be a bargain. It's a bargain like that. Let's see how this looks. I don't know. I don't know. It's just a little something something, but I'm not really liking it. Here's these things over here on this side. I don't know. I just, sometimes I think, what's the saying? Less is more. Maybe we'll just do this and then put some other tiny embellishments on. Let's do that. Let's see where that takes us. Put that on there. She's cute. I think maybe the reason I like some of these is they really remind me of advertising and graphics that were, while I was growing up and young. They just have that look. And I think these were supposed to be 50s actually. Okay. What do you think? Think it's coming along okay? I think that's cute. Let's see what else we've got here. Maybe some of these words are probably a little bit too big for some of these things. You know what? Let's look. Sometimes numbers are kind of fun to put on. Oh, here's some numbers. I don't know. I just almost don't want to do anything else to that. I kind of like her like that. I think I'm going to go ahead and put some other... Oh, I don't know what that was. A mess is what it probably is going to be, right? Oh, look what I found. I've got some little gems that are these colors. Okay, let's look at some of our word strips. I should have taken more time and looked for some word strips that were something. Oh, this one is really sassy. I'm not sure there's anything I want to. Those are sassy ones. I'm not gonna want any of those in here. And these are big. These are great big words. And those are kind of, some of those are kind of sassy pants too. All right, we're narrowing down our options here. See what we've got here. Oh, here, it looks like we looks like some of these could work. Oh my goodness, there's lots of them that could work on here. Wow. Goodness, goodness. You know what? I'm gonna put this on here. I'm gonna put this, it just says number 42. And I'm just gonna put that on the front of her little music. Just gonna put that on there. Number 42. You know how a lot of times in a hymnal or something, all the pages are numbered. So we're gonna put that on there. She's got number 42. And now let's just put on some other, a few little blingy blings. See what we've got. These are kind of yellowed, and you know what? I can't figure out if these have turned this color or they started out that way. I just don't know. Let me see what we've got. Or, I'll tell you what, instead of doing anything like that, let's first put on a little bit of, let's give her a little bit of shimmer and shine, because that's always wonderful. Oops, my topper came off. Let's put a little shine on. Oh, Sue, you found some that were that? Kendra, I know you guys had fun. You guys always do, don't you? I was glad to catch a little bit of that. Wait. Yeah, that's supposed to be clear. Just put a little bit on. I wanted to find some glossy accents, and they didn't have any. I'm going to have to order some. And I know Close to My Heart has something that is similar, and I can't think right offhand what the name of that is. And I've had so much trouble finding something like that, and I thought I had some. So I need to replenish that because, you know, it just makes this little glassy look, and it makes things so bright and pretty when you use that. So there she's got a little bit of sparkle on there. I like that. I think that's cute. And oh, I know what'll work good. No, I don't. Where is it? Shoot. I had one of those things that's like the little drops that was red. Well, it wasn't exactly red, but it would work. Well, this is what happens when you don't put your things away where they were supposed to go. Oh my goodness, that is so irritating. Well, there's something else I'll have to be on the hunt for. Seriously, I thought that it was right here. Well, nobody wants to sit and watch me do that. Well, hey, let's do this then. So we've already got, let's put some clear stickles on. And that'll kind of brighten up some of this. Make kind of a nice little embellishment on the little whatchamacallits. Oh, why can't I think today? Good grief. And here we could just put a red one there, like a holly berry inside her in the little leaves, right? Oh, you ordered them from Joann's. Sue needs the sassy words. I know, right? That would be special. I'm going to get my craft knife. You know, you just never know how many of these you're gonna get through, right? How long ago, Sue, do you think you ordered them? I wonder if they still have any. That would be worth looking for, because then even if we could have them for next year, right? There. So we'll put that little red right there in the holly on there. And I think, you know, I'm just going to kind of leave it at that for now. What do you think? You think that's enough? And then we'll just put a tiny hole in the corner, but let's put something on the back so we can use it. And this is what, and I made these, I didn't get them set up to where anybody could get to them yet, but I will. So I made some cards to where you've got the title of your swap, your name, info, date, and your series and number if you want to put that on there. I made another one that would be more like a gift tag. So at the top it says to, and then from. Instead of artist it says from, but it still has where you could put, you know, some more information down. And then lastly, I made one to where it could just be a regular like a tag. A tag, right? So let's just use one of these for now. This would be my idea if you're giving it to someone that, you know, you don't think is going to care too much about it. And I'm going to try to cut in here on the inside. I hope I have sized these, and this is one of the reasons I didn't cut it out yet, or the reason I didn't get it online for anybody yet, was I wanted to see if I cut inside the lines, if it takes those off and it will fit. I might need to make that a tiny bit larger, but that was my intent, was to be able to cut inside the line. But I don't know, if you're going to round the corners, then you're going to cut off the other line anyway. But let's see how that works. How that fits. It's pretty good. You know, I could make it actually a tiny bit smaller and then you'd have that white outline of the card. I think if I just trim these corners and round them, I can just glue it on there and call it a day. Let's see if that works. Okay. Let's see if that fits. Yeah, that works, and then it stays inside. I like that. That'll fit just fine. Oh my goodness, I'm getting a mess out here, aren't I, people? Oh, and now I flipped her over. I may have messed up her glitter glue that I had. Maybe we should put this part on first, you guys. Oh my goodness. Let's see how badly we messed her up. Oh, not too bad. That's not too bad. I don't think anybody would even notice. And then I want to try making a smaller hole. I've got this tiny hole punch, and I don't know, not sure if I can get the thread through or not. And I'm just going to do it in a corner. So, I mean, you've got your little Christmassy ATC card, and then if you wanted to, like I said, you know, then you could go ahead and make it for a gift tag. That hole might not be big enough, you guys. We'll see. You know, I'm always saying how much I love these scissors, and I have other little scissors that are supposed to be for, you know, tiny precision cutting, and you know, I don't like them because they don't feel comfortable in my hands. It's like the part that you hold does not feel great. There we go. And then I'm just gonna pull that through. Yeah, that fit, and it didn't take much of a bite out of the card. See how tiny that little hole is? You can't even really see it there. It's just very small. So then you've still got all your room. Now that's getting all dirty. I'm a dirty crafter, I guess. So we got that one done. Let's play around with this other one and see what we can do with her. I think this is so cute. Or let's see what time we've got time. Let me show you the other ones. Here would be another cute one to use with the music, the sheet music. And I've got, you know, the lady with a this is so funny. When I was looking at this, look at her. She's serving her cookies. She's in her, you know, her nice dress. But look, she's got her gloves on. I mean, who doesn't serve cookies with their gloves on, right? Oh my gosh. But these are all real cute. I don't know. What do you think? Should we use her that I already cut out, or should we go for a Santa? What should we do? Or something else? Does anybody see one they think would be a lot of fun to work with? Oh my goodness. Kendra says she's going to Culver's. Are you going to get the ice cream? It's not ice cream though. What is it? Frozen. Is it frozen custard? I think so. Yes, we have two down here, Kendra, that are not, or within our area, that I can't even hardly say our area. They're not very close at all. You love them all. The Santa. You know what? Let's do the Santa, because I have something fun I think I want to try. I'll try and cut him out. The one with the little boy. or the little child. I don't know if that's a boy or not. That one might take me a while. Well, let's go for it. We won't get it done at all if we don't start it, right? Move some of this stuff out of the way. Okay. I've got something that's bumped in front of my comments. Hang on one second. I can't get my mouse to get over there. It's always something. There we go. Okay. Let's do this one. We'll just, and it's always easier if you kind of, you know, turn your paper as you go, and then you can kind of see, and it's just a lot easier than trying to cut it by, you know, opening and closing your scissors all around. Got to cut some of this extra off, and that's another little tip. If you cut some of the extra off as you are going along, that's also helpful. Can be very helpful. So we'll just get in here. And one of the things about this is, even though you can see, you know, we're using vintage prints and we've printed it on white paper. If you've got too much of your white paper showing, or even if you know, that doesn't even have to be the case. You can take your ink, and we all know that Tim Holtz, that vintage photo color, or any of those browns, that one is so perfect though. I don't know why. It just is such a wonderful color to use for a little bit of distressing edges, inking edges. And so if you did that, if you had any, you know, white that you had to leave on for the way that you cut it, if you just ink the edges up a little bit, you'll kind of, it'll cover that up. You won't notice it so much, right? So that makes it handy. Okay. My great-grandson is 6, and he's been questioning about Santa this year. And he's not so sure about that. And I don't know. I've tried to stay out of it. His mother's really making a play for him to continue to believe in Santa Claus. And I remember how awful it was. Our second granddaughter, she found out pretty early, and she wouldn't even play along. And I would go, well, it's still fun to play. It's fun to play Santa. And anybody can be Santa. We're all a Santa. If you're kind and giving, you can be the Santa. But she wouldn't have any part of it. But now that she's older, she's a little bit more willing to participate in the Santa play. But I don't know. I really have mixed feelings when kids are, you know, starting to really question it. I mean, I don't want to really, you know, make them, I don't want, when it comes down to it and they find out what's going on, I don't want them to come back and go, well, you said, and then have really bad feelings because they feel like that you didn't tell them the truth. And that can be a bad thing. Okay. That didn't take too long, did it? Let's try and give him a little bit of ink, actually. Let's do that. Hey, Grace, how are you? By the way, thank you, Grace. Okay, whoops, this little piece didn't trim off here. I gotta be careful because that little piece is just hanging on there. It's almost hanging on by a thread, as we say, although it's just a paper. Some of that I'm not gonna be able to get anything on. kind of hard when you've got these odd shapes like this to get around. So you just kind of do the best you can. Just get some on there. It'll give it a little something something. You don't have to do the whole thing. But if you just get a little bit on. Okay. You're probably like, what good was that? Let me move some of this trash, you guys. Goodness. Got a bunch of it all of a sudden. Okay. Let's see about, wonder if this print is too big. These are so tiny. Oh, that just, boy, that's not going to work. That print is way too big. Let's see what else we've got. What about this plaid? Oh, that'd be kind of fun. Let's use that. Let's use a piece of that plaid. I'll just do it down here at the bottom. And I think I'm just going to do it just like the other one. That worked out kind of good. Whoops, I got two pieces here. I thought that was awfully heavy. I thought that was heavy. So I just cut it a tiny bit bigger, and that way it allowed for us to cut, like to tear around, and then it was on the page. So not a whole lot bigger than the page. And I think I'm going to use a little bit of that zip strip too. And you know, when you're tearing paper, if you tear, especially paper that's like got a white core to it, if you tear the one piece, if you bring it towards you, you get the white showing on the side that you're using. And then if you tear the other direction, you don't get that. You just have your color that you've got here on the top. So you've got like two ways that you can do your tearing. If you want the jaggedy, you know, white edge to show, then you can do that. So I think I'll do the sides with the white, the sides, the white not showing, and the top and bottom will do that. Too bad we don't have a playing card that has a 25 on it. I would leave that number showing. That would be fun, wouldn't it? Okay. So let's just go ahead, and I'm just going to cover the whole thing again. And you know, you don't have to. If you've got lots of goodies to put on, just little bits and pieces, you know, that's always, it's always fun to just build up your card using all kinds of goodies. But, you know, I think when you see it like this, you realize that you don't have to have tons of things. Just a few simple things is plenty to make something work. Now I'm going to go ahead and I am going to cut off a piece of this and use it along the side, I think, or at least a part of it. Let me trim that because I already ripped it there. I didn't cut it very good. So let's see. I'm just gonna rip some of that off and glue it down. I wish, you know what, I should have followed my own advice. I don't want that white showing on there. Well, it still is a little bit, but not as much. Actually, let's do this. Let's do it from the one little sprig of berries to the other. Now I almost have to tear this one. To me it looks silly if you've got one part that's cut and the other part is ripped. Okay, and we'll just put that over here. It can just be building up in our background. Man, I almost didn't size that very good. Almost got him too big. Let's see, what else can we put down? I don't know. I feel like we need something else behind him, but I don't know what. Maybe a little bit. You know what? Should we put a little bit more? Let's see how this looks behind. Well, it's kind of fun if they look like they're kind of standing down in it. It's a little bit too wide. Yes, Tina, that's a great idea. Yeah. I like that. Wendy, that's great. Yes, the spirit of Santa. Yes. That's what I always said. We can all be Santa, right? I don't know. I kind of want this. I don't want that as wide, I think. That's kind of goofy looking. I don't know that I like that. Oh, I still don't like that. It's still too much. Let me see. There, I can live with that. I don't know. I kind of don't like that. Well, you know, that is what it is. Oh my goodness. You guys, I wonder when I get ready to do this one, I wonder if I can sit her on the fireplace. Look at that. And that'll fit on one going this way too. Except I don't know if that makes her too tall. No, I think it'll almost work. Oh. See, who said crafting it can't be fun, right? It's just fun playing around. It's just paper and stuff, right? So many options. And if you don't like it, you can just do it again. Just start over. I think I'm just going to put him down. That's enough messing around with him. I kind of like to, actually, you know, one thing I like to do is if I've got several things I'm using and it's all kind of the same paper. Oh, I'm getting glue under that. I like to kind of lay down several cards together and then use some of the things, and then as you can kind of like, as you're going through, you know, you can put your bits of song paper. I kind of wish I'd have stuck some somewhere else, but I didn't. And then kind of build, you know, your collection at the same time, and that's kind of fun. Did I get that head down there? Nope. There we go. Okay. She'll be a hot mama, that's right. Now, we just need to find, like, what, maybe I might have to make my own word strip, right? Hot mama. Oh my gosh. You guys are fun. Okay, now I have something I was thinking would be fun. Where is it? I found this in some of my stuff and I thought maybe I could, well, first of all, I'll have to turn my fan off. There's no way I can work with this with the fan on. Wonder if we could put a little bit of fluffy stuff on Santa. Oh, I don't know. He's got so much white on. And this is such a different color. Oh, that was going to be so fun. Well, that's not, I don't like the way that's going to look. It's so small. If it wasn't so small and I could get, that white is just not going to work. Well, that's a shame. That was just going to be fun. Hey, here, let's use some of these. Got little wooden stars. And snowflakes. Kind of stars and snowflakes. That'd be kind of fun. So, you know, sometimes, I bet some of you are like I am. You have these things and you don't even have any idea. They might have been left over from something, and you know, at some point you just don't even know where they came from, right? It's like, well, that's cute. I don't know where it came from anymore, but there it is. Let me get another one out. Okay. Maybe we'll put, I don't know. Oh, they're a different color. Oh, are they? They're kind of a darker color on one side. It's very subtle. A very subtle difference. I'm just going to do that. Put my little dot of glue on. Yes, a snarky phrase. Sue, maybe you can come up with one for me. I don't know how it could be much better than your hot mama one. Not sure. That's cute. Let's see. I'm not in love as much with it as the other one, but hey, they're all different, right? Now, I know this label's got a red outline around it. Wait, here's some in here that have red text. Oh, here. Look, Tina, we'll kind of use your idea except backwards. We'll cut this and put the numbers. We'll take out we'll put the 25 around the other direction. Or we'll swap it so it doesn't say 52. How about that? Maybe we should put it on here. If we put it on here, where could we set this? This is so big. Goodness. Nowhere. Nowhere. Maybe put this over here and put it top to bottom. Maybe even, I don't even mind it with the numbers wacky. By the time I get them on there, they might be wacky anyway. They're kind of hard to deal with. Okay, let's just put this here. And then get that on there, put the 5 down. Up. Let's turn it the right direction. Okay. So then we just put a 25 on there. That's not so bad. We'll put some other little glitter glue and shimmer him up. And I think he will be good to go. I think this time I'm going to wait until I get my card on the back, or my other thing on the back. Let's cut one out. I'm going to glue it on first and then finish the other things. But you can see how it's going, and I'll get these. I think these are going to work the way they are. So I will get these fixed and let you know how you can access these if you want. Okay, just one more line there. And just snip them off. I don't know though. I could make it a tiny bit smaller, and then we wouldn't have to even mess with rounding these corners off. Or we could cut along this line, cut closer there, and it would fit better. We might do that too. So either of those ways would work. But thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I hope that you had any of you thought about using little things like this to make some gift tags. And I certainly, if you were going to do this, I would certainly make them quick, probably. I don't know how much time I would spend doing it. But, part of the fun is just making them, right? Spending the time. But for somebody special, I think that would be fun to do. And they're when you spend some time doing that, other people who do similar things, they understand that that's kind of a gift itself. Right? A tiny little gift. Okay, so now, let's give Santa some gold on his buckle. We could do that for sure. There. Oh, Santa's got a gold buckle. That'd be pretty. I'll just bring some more of that gold around and put it on these snowflakes up here. Just whatever you want to do. You can just make it fun. And then I'm going to go back through and put, I don't know how much of it that I'll use the shimmer pen or what am I trying to say? What's the other thing? The shimmer pen and the stickles. That stuff. But thanks so much for hanging out today, you guys. Hope you've had fun. Was just some fun making some stuff today. I've lost my spot to change back. Well, there. What in the world? I've lost a whole segment here. Well, that's funny. But anyway, I could get back to you. Now we got double me. Woohoo! You guys have a wonderful afternoon. And up next is we've got Susan White, and her page is, I have to read it. Revive DIY Upcycled Designs by Sue. SEW. It looks like it says so, but that's her initials. SEW, Sue. So you guys, let's go over and see what she's got for us today. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. Take care.